We did not cover, as this story broke last week during Laguna Seca, that Fox Sports has acquired one-third of interest in Penske Entertainment, which includes IndyCar, the series, and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Now, Penske Corp owned both, and they'd set up Penske Entertainment to run the Speedway and the IndyCar series. They were not looking for an investor. They were not looking to sell. Fox approached them earlier this season, right after the deal was cut for IndyCar racing to be shown on, and they bought the media rights in North America, should I say the United States, to show the IndyCar racing. Fox went to Roger Penske and Penske Corp to try to buy into the series. They think they can help the series and promote it, which is something IndyCar really, really needs. Let's take a look what the captain, Roger Penske, had to say about the deal. He goes, Fox sees incredible potential across our sports and wants to play an active role in building our growth trajectory. Leland Murdoch and his team, starting with Eric Shanks, are committed to our success and will bring incredible energy and innovation to IndyCar racing. That's from the captain, Roger Penske, Penske Corp, and Penske Entertainment. Now, Penske Entertainment, part of Penske Corp, still owns two-thirds of the series, as well as the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but Fox does now have a voice, and they have money behind it. IndyCar isn't in a financial situation. They are in a very good spot. Their deal with Fox was very good. One of the reasons why they moved over for NBC Sports that has covered them the last few years. And Fox has given them the prime spot on their broadcast network for every single race this year. Not for the practices and qualifying. Those are on usually Fox Sports 1 or 2. And some of them obviously on the IndyCar streaming service that's available. Fox has decided that they think they can take this series to the next level. That is a hope here that this is what's going to happen. Now, I saw an interview on Off Track with James Hinchcliffe and Alexander Rossi, their podcast. They had Mark Miles on this week to talk about this deal. And one of the interesting points that Mark Miles made is that during this deal, they can still change media partners. So in other words, they could leave Fox when the contract is over with Fox to have the media rights and move to another partner. They could go back to NBC. They could go back to ABC. They could go to CBS. They could move it to a service like Apple or Prime, which I find is very interesting. And Fox was okay with that. They would still own part of the sport. So I found that comment by Mark Miles very interesting, that Fox simply wants to be a part of the sport and help it grow. Now, I don't see IndyCar racing moving off of Fox in the next few seasons. They might go to a streaming service along with Fox, somebody like Apple that is now bidding heavily trying to get the Formula One rights next season for North America. It would not affect F1 TV subscriptions, by the way, but it would take it off of ESPN. The deal with ESPN and Formula One is over at the end of this season in 2025. 2026 will be a new home for Formula One somewhere, because I think ESPN is not going to be able to match at least what Apple's after. Of course, Apple very happy with the F1 movie results, making over, I think it's 655 million and counting that it's made so far. So it's right now it's the highest grossing movie of the year so far. But this deal with IndyCar is something that IndyCar has needed. They've needed someone to promote them. We saw some great promotions at the beginning of the season with those great commercials with Alex Palau and Pato O'Ward and Joseph Newgarden, really generating some energy. But since the Indianapolis 500, nothing. It's gone silent. And unfortunately, this has been IndyCar's biggest Achilles heel in the last several decades. Okay, not years, decades.